Hey guys, don't forget to check out the 3 brand new Orabomb shirts that just dropped, all coming in a variety of colors. Links are in the description if you guys are interested. Now, on to the video. Hey guys, welcome back. Orabomb here, bringing you another one of our live deck games. Now, I know it's been a minute, but I just got back from vacation, so shout out to Sticks for that one upload that he did for me, just to, pad out some videos for you guys while I was gone, because I wasn't able to finish recording that Buzzwole versus Wishy-Washy deck. I decided, since a lot of you guys didn't understand the concept of me recording Dragon Majesty cards as well as Celestial Storm cards, I decided to hold off on the Wishy-Washy, and I'll explain more in videos that I'm recording with also Dragon Majesty, not just Celestial Storm. But I'm actually doing some suggested decks. So you guys actually suggested a bunch of decks in the comments while I was on. By the way, thank you guys for all the support. We did just hit 4,000 subscribers because of you guys. But on the left, I'm going to be playing some Ludicolo. The brand new Ludicolo in the set. It's like budget Zoark, but it's actually pretty strong because it can hit those big numbers. And my opponent, Kate, once again, shout out to Kate, is playing updated Buzzwole. It's not Buzzrock. We decided to make it Buzzwole. This is a huge shout out to Gumball. He actually built the deck for me because I was in a rush and I didn't have time to build the Buzzwole deck or test it or whatever. This is a deck that he built. He did some test draws with. He seems to like it very much, and I think it's very consistent. So we are choosing to play this consistent, straight Buzzwole deck. All of this is post-rotation format. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, guys. You guys were killing the support. Let's continue killing the support. I want to hit 5K. We can do a big giveaway once we hit 5K. I'm actually really excited to hit 5K. Also, I hope you guys like the new shirts. The shirts was just something I kind of like sprung up after I recorded everything. So some of these videos I had to re-record and put the little shirts tag in. But I hope you guys like the shirts. I have to go buy myself one. But Kate got one. Kate's mom got one. Floofy Ferret got one. Shout out to you guys for all getting a shirt. Let me know if you guys get a shirt. Tweet at me that you got a shirt. I'd appreciate it so much. Now that I'm back though, we will be doing a huge stream soon. As you can see, I'm attaching energy to the bench. We got our little low tads on the bench. I am playing Tapu Koko because sometimes being able to put that chip damage on your opponent, so that chip damage on your opponent to get those Okos is really useful, because your opponent can kind of control, because if you guys don't know what the Ludicolo does, it does 70 damage plus 10 more damage for each Pokemon on the board excluding Ludicolo. So if my opponent has 2 Pokemon on the board and I have a full bench, I believe that is, what's it, 5, 8, that's 8 Pokemon on the board, which means you're hitting for 80 more, which is 150 with the choice band to 180. So you're 10 short if your opponent controls themselves and only puts down 2 Pokemon on the bench, which is really easy for Buzzwole to do in particular. So having that Coco spread could be pretty useful because it just puts them in range and then they don't care about benching more Pokemon. It's pretty good for you overall. But yeah, Ludicolo also has the ability to draw a card every turn, which is why we're playing a Macargo in here. If you guys don't know what Macargo does, Smooth Over is an incredibly broken ability, letting you choose any card from your deck and put it on top. That's your ability, and then you can draw whatever you want. My opponent is playing switches, and they're going to be able to get off a nice and powerful Jet Punch turn 1. Now, I'm going to go on to my turn, but don't forget to answer the comment question of the day for a chance to win a couple Celestial Storm codes. I do have a stack here. I'm trying to get more as well, but I'm going to go ahead and use Brooklyn here. Celestial Storm codes. If you guys want a chance to win some codes, answer in the comment question down below. Really important question for you guys. Do you guys prefer PTCGO content, or do you guys prefer this live post-commentated content? I can also do live deck matches. It's a lot more difficult for me to do, but I can look into getting a better mic and things like that if I can get like enough like donations on Twitch and stuff like that. We'll have to see. But let me know what you guys think, because I'm gonna do both, of course, because I really like doing this content. But PCGO videos are like a good way for me to wake up in the morning, crank out a live video, and then have it out for you guys that day. But let me know what you guys like more. Once again, I was suggested to play these decks by a couple of viewers. Ludicolo was apparently very popular. I think it's really interesting. I think it's a really cool budget deck. It's just the issue with it is that it's a stage 2 deck, and that's the issue with all these cards. But like overall, this one's fairly consistent because you have that access to Ludicolo's draw. And don't forget, follow me on Discord, follow me on Twitter for sure. Follow me on Instagram even, because I'm going to be doing an announcement for a tournament coming up soon. I'm thinking about doing it this Friday. So if you guys want to join a tournament for a chance to win a playset of Secret Ultra Balls online, we're going to be doing an online PTCGO tournament. Be sure to follow all the information, specifically the Discord. That way I can get you more information about when that's going to happen, how that's going to happen, all that good jazz. And don't forget to leave deck suggestions for future videos. I really want to play Bayonet. That's another one that people want me to play. I'm in a beacon here, by the way. I know that I'm like not commentating over the game because there's no point. You guys can see what's happening. Everything that was happening is fairly obvious. There's no crazy strategies. We're just both trying to set up right now. But Of course, I am beaconing. I do have a full board. I am playing both Brooklet Hill and Nestball in this set list. I'm trying to figure out which one I like more. Now, Brooklet Hill does get you all your Ludicolos, your Vulpix, things like that. But Nestball gets you your Coco, your Deoxys in this deck, as well as your Slugma. So I'm playing both. It's also a really good way to just spam your board, because you do want to make sure you have 5 Pokemon on your board at all times, so your Ludicolo's damage output is maxed out. My opponent is playing Acrobike. They get Baby Buzzwole out. So like my opponent's in a position to where they can't play anything else on their bench. I believe her Diancie was prized in this game, which is why she didn't bother doing anything else. And leading Lele always sucks in this matchup, because that's like essentially one less Pokemon that you can put on your board. But yeah, she's gonna go ahead and Jet Punch. We got our beacon out. We're able to put down some Ludicolos and things like that. Hopefully, and we have a Cargo. So now with the Ludicolo and Cargo engine, we can literally draw anything we want every turn. It's not as good as Zoroark, because Zoroark means you can trade, but you get the trade-off of being both a deck that uses water energy, so you have access to cards like Tapu Fini and Volcanion and stuff like that. I did take out Volcanion and I did take out Tapu Fini because of consistency issues. I wanted to play more Draw Spores so I can constantly get some stuff. I ended up putting in two copycats in here, but I am using Macargo's ability right now, and now my opponent's gonna cut, and I'm gonna go ahead and draw it with Ludicolo here. Boom, bam, and now we have a Draw Spore for this turn. But what I was trying to say is that you have access to Aqua Patches too, which is pretty good, and then you can hit those big numbers. Like unlike Zoroark, you can hit those 180, 190 numbers, and there's too many decks in this format that have a lot of that need to take up a lot of bench space for their strategies, like Malamar, a lot of Naga decks, things like that, like big decks like Rayquaza. There's a lot of decks that need too much bench, so you can actually abuse that and take some Okos. But I did choose to do the Buzzwole matchup because a lot of people were asking me for Buzzwole. Plus, I don't want to say it's 50-50. I think it's more in favor of Buzzwole, but Buzzwole doesn't need a big bench, and but we can always use Deoxys, Choice Band, DCE, which is easy enough to get, especially if we start loading up the board with Cargos and Ludicolos. But I am gonna go ahead and let's see. I'm looking through my deck right now. I think I'm using. No, I'm not using Brooklyn. I have to be using Cargo right now. There's no bench space in my deck, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my Cargo right here to give myself another Ludicolo. I think is what I'm doing. I'm just looking at all my decks, like looking at the water energy and discard pile. Oh no, I'm using Beacon right here. Oh, okay, I forgot. I'm using Beacon. I'm trying to decide if I want to get Deoxys now. The problem is if I get Deoxys now, my opponent won't attach a third energy since they theoretically don't need to. But I could always it's always good to attach like 3 energies to Buzzwole because that's kind of the strategy. So if I don't reveal the Deoxys, my opponent probably will feel a little bit less worried to attach a third energy, and there she is, attaching a third energy right there. So now I have the Nest Ball in hand. I can get DCE. I think I have Choice Band in my hand as well. She's gonna go ahead and Guzma up my Ludicolo to take a knockout, which sucks because that's one less draw, but I still have another Ludicolo I think in my hand. I got 2 Ludicolos just recently, so I am gonna go ahead and use my Nest Ball to get Deoxys and go ahead and take a frantic knockout here because I really want to take this knockout. Because Buzzwole is kind of annoying for this deck because you are a stage 2 deck, and stage 2 decks are never really you're never really comfortable against Buzzwole when you're playing a stage 2 deck. Also, I am speeding up the camera, so there's also that reason why everything looks frantic. I'm trying to keep everything clean at the same time. Let's see. So Coco is good because of spread damage, but also it's really good because you have access to that free retreat. I'm going to judge here because I have a chance to both draw the DCE, but regardless, I can get the DCE thanks to my Ludicolo and Macargo combo. I always do the Ludicolo Macargo combo last, unless of course I'm looking for like a bunch of combo pieces, just because it's based on drawing and stuff like that. So let's see what we can do here. Do we draw the DC? We don't, but we do have a Cynthia for next turn, a Lele as well to continue our bench space. We have the Stretcher, which is really good because Stretcher means we can get that Deoxys back if she does like manage to pull off a B-string play. And we're gonna go use Macargo, get that DCE, and then of course draw it with our Ludicolo. Boom, bam. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take our knockout here. So Deoxys, always a fun tech. I think Buzzwole is still really good next format. Fortunately, this baby Buzzwole is always a problem taking Okos. But she did get Diancie off the prizes. She's gonna go ahead and use Brooklet here. Kind of risky because now I can hit 190 with a Choice Band, but she is just getting those energies attached like we said she was going to earlier, and now she's gonna judge us. So judging a little bit is strong for my opponent. There's less cards in my hand, but if I can get Okay, I need a lot actually. I would need Guzma, Stretcher, DCE, Choice Band. And then I could, well, I don't actually knock it out because it doesn't have 3 energies yet. But I could also knock it out with a Choice Banded Ludicolo because I do hit exactly 190 thanks to the board. She's getting another energy on there, which is really good because now I can go back to the Deoxys play I was mentioning earlier. So now I have 2 ways to knock it out. I need another Pokemon on my bench, but I think Brooklet Hill will be able to cover me if I have enough Lotads left. This deck is, the Ludicolo deck is actually, it's really close to being an amazing deck. I'm having difficulty with it right now because I want to play more of my 1-ups. Like, I have a lot of 1-ups in this deck. I would love another Tapu Koko, another Vulpix, another Kukui. No, I took out Kukui for Tapu Koko. But I would like a lot of these cards to not be 1-ups because I've been having huge issues with the prizes. But I need Stretcher. I have the Stretcher in my hand. I don't think I have Choice Band or DC though. It'd be a lot easier if I had either Choice Band or DCE. Because then I could just, you know, Guzma. So I would need Guzma, Deoxys, Choice Band, DCE. And because I have the Stretcher. So I need a lot, as you can see, so it's not super easy to pull off. Ludicolo can take a knockout with the Choice Band as well, but I don't know. It's really just, I really have to like think about the odds here. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just thinking about the odds of getting everything that I need, or if it's just because like there's no real point in attacking the baby Buzz. So I'm trying to avoid it, but I don't think I can get around it because it can still hit me for damage. Because I need to take 2 prizes at a time, right, to win this game. If I attack the baby Buzz, it means he can't use Sledgehammer for 120 anymore, which is good because with Diancie it's 140, which knocks out Ludicolo. Because that's another bad thing about Ludicolo is its low health. I can't believe it only has 140 HP. If it had like 160 or something, like a little bit more, it would have been I think it would have been super strong. But unfortunately, it only has that 140 HP, which means the Sledgehammers are always going to be a threat. I'm gonna draw it. It's just another Ludicolo here. I think it's just better for me to get more Ludicolos on the board because, you know, it's like with Zoric, right? Like that's what wins you games. I could Stretcher here, but like I said, I'm not taking a knockout here, so I don't think there's a point in stretching right now. I can hold on to my Stretcher for later. I'm just gonna use Cynthia here because, like, whatever. As long as I can keep my board state consistent and safe and strong, I should be okay. I can just sack off my Vulpix if I need to and use Beacon. I can always just Flying Flip as well, putting everything in range. And I could always just take a knockout on the baby Buzz, so it's not a big deal. So we'll see what we can do here. But unfortunately, we don't have any energies. And there's only 2 energies on that Ludicolo right now, so it's a little bit awkward. We are able to draw one more time because of my second Ludicolo. I'm going to go ahead and put this Lele in my hand just to thin a little bit so I have a higher chance of drawing an energy. Because I would really like an energy here just to take a knockout. Baby Buzz is such a problem because he can always Guzma and take a knockout with Baby Buzz. And whenever he takes a knockout Baby Buzz, it's just not good. It's not good for anyone. Draw, and I think I got the energy. See, so it all worked out here. I can attack. I do have another Ludicolo on the bench, so even if this one Ludicolo goes down, I still have another one. I really only need one to draw one card that I need every turn. I have the Lele in my hand to get a draw supporter or a Guzma or something just in case. But I mean, unfortunately, now I have to play this odd numbered prize game, which sucks because, like, you know, it's not super good for Buzzwole because Buzzwole can OHKO all of us. It's not super good for me because Buzzwole can OHKO all of us, and I'm a stage 2, so it takes a little bit more effort to evolve up into a stage 2, even though you can like search out those rare candies and stuff. But my Pokemon can just come in and just just demolish me, which is what she's going to do. Now I can actually get the Choice Band here because I actually have the Stretcher and the DC in my hand, so I can take a knockout with Deoxys again. So trying to attack with the non-Ludicolos is always good if you can take a knockout because you can save the Ludicolos for big damage later. And I'm gonna draw my 1, and there's a Choice Band, so we can use Stretcher, attach a DCE, retreat, yada yada. Is what it is. Now we do have a Cynthia here, another Macargo, which is really good because we can Cynthia, and then we can use Macargo to decide what we're gonna top deck next turn, which is really good. And now after this, all I have to do is knock out Lele, Diancie. It doesn't really matter, just whatever, and I can win the game. So I can try to get Guzma in my hand, which I got the Guzma. I have the Copycat, I have the Aqua Patch, I have literally everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and smooth over again, see what we can top deck next turn. I'm probably just gonna get a Lele so I have another Pokemon to throw down in case I need to. For like knocking out Lele, even though it doesn't seem like, I don't think I need it at all for Lele. I might need it actually. Well, I don't think I need it for Diancie though, for sure. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6. 6 is like 130. So I hit 130, which is good enough to knock out Diancie. With a choice band, I do knock out Lele. But I'm gonna go ahead and take my prizes here. I was thinking about aqua patching, but obviously I didn't want my opponent to. Well, I mean, there was really, I guess in hindsight I should have aqua patched because I don't think there's anything my opponent can do to stop me from winning next turn. He has no way to knock out a Ludicolo from full. No, at least not from what I'm seeing. She has no way to knock out Ludicolo from full. So I should have aqua patched because of judging and stuff like that could be kind of annoying. I mean, we always have access to Macargo and Ludicolo and stuff like that, so we can get it. But if my opponent were to Guzma me, and well, she can't Guzma and judge at the same time, so I guess that's fair. Regardless, I'm just gonna Guzma someone out and knock them out, so I guess it doesn't matter in the end. She didn't judge me either, so it looks like it's GG for this game. We're gonna go ahead and let her turn play out, but yeah, we just go ahead and attach and Guzma for game. So that's game 1. Ludicolo actually proving itself really well in game 1. We did manage to get some pretty good combos in our hands as well, though. So maybe a little bit of luck, but I don't know. I feel like Ludicolo is really strong. I wish Ludicolo had a little bit more HP. I would say it's a really strong deck. Also, but I wouldn't say it's super strong because it's still stage 2. I feel like we're just 1 or 2 sets short from having a really strong deck because, you know, it's not exactly the easiest thing for you to get out of stage 2s. I am playing a 1-of Volkner in this set to treat it like a Skyla to help you get rare candy. Just so awkward. I want to play 3 Leles in this deck, another Volkner, another Coco, another Vulpix, so these cards get prized a lot when I play. And we have no way to recover DCEs too, so I have to make sure that my energy count is decently high as well. So like it's just a headache, man. It's just a headache, but I am going to go second this time. My opponent's going to go first. One card in this deck that I am testing for the sake of playing it is Lucia. And my opponent's going to use it. Yeah, there it is. Let's see it right now. So let's see what it does. Let's you get 2 Prism cards out from your deck to your hand, which is really cool for Buzzwole because you can get both Diancie and Beast Energy turn 1. Now, the cool thing about this is that your Jet Punch, with Lucia, you can make a Jet Punch hit 80 turn 1. In my opinion, I don't see a reason to not play this card. A lot of my people from my Discord, they're 50-50 in my Discord. Some people are saying, hey, you have no reason not to play it. It's a good combo. You can get off turn 1. And then other people in my Discord are saying, it seems so worthless and unnecessary because like you're gonna want to use a draw support turn 1. But realistically, in my opinion at least, because you're not trying to get beast, you most of the time you're not trying to get beast strings in your hand turn 1. So you're good to just use Lucia. Now, if she was going second, she would have knocked out a Coco right there and then. She can't do that with just the basic energy, Coco and Diancie. That would only hit her for 100. She'd be 10 short. So it's really, really useful to be able to hit those 80 numbers because 80 knocks out pretty much every basic in an evolution line and things like Coco that are fighting weak and stuff like that. It's pretty useful. And if you were to have a choice band in your hand as well, that means you're hitting 110, which means you're knocking out things that are weak to fighting. Pretty much everything that's weak to fighting in the format. So in my opinion, Lucia is really, really strong and it's pretty useful, especially if you play a high Lele count, which is something I'm thinking about playing in this deck. I really want to play like 4 Leles. 4 Leles and a bunch of draw supporters and things like that. But right now, I'm pretty content with the way the deck is built right now. I'm going to keep testing it for the future. But unfortunately, my hand is pretty dull and dead. I'm just going to go ahead and switch into my my thing here because I don't want my free retreater to be knocked out for no reason. So my free retreater is very useful. Free retreat is so useful in this format. I need to play a deck that has nothing but like 1 retreat cost Pokemon so I can play that skateboard card. My opponent is going to go ahead and Guzma and knock out the one with the energy. Not the worst thing in the world because we have Aqua Patches. We have that free retreat mon right there too. So overall, I don't think it's a big deal. I actually think it was, I don't think it was a super necessary play in my opinion, but you know, you never know. That could be the difference between winning and losing. You don't know. You just don't know these things. My opponent still only has 2 energies attached, so we can't knock it out with the Deoxys, I think, because we have Ultra Ball DCE choice band. So in theory, we could knock it out with Deoxys if she had a 3rd energy, but it doesn't look like she does, so it's not a big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and toss the Guzma and the water energy. I have to be very careful about how I do that because you know there's only so many Guzmas in the deck. There's 4. This deck plays 4, of course, because you should be playing 4, but. We're in this awkward position where we have Ludicolo, but we don't have Macargo out yet. We don't even have a Slugma out yet, but there's not too much we can really do here. So I don't know. We'll see. think I have a draw supporter in hand. I'm really considering the play, but I decided not to, and I think I'm just gonna decide not to. Oh no, I'm deciding not to attach energy to Lotad. Okay, so I decided to not get Deoxys out because it doesn't take an Oko, and it's just really good the combo is really good if you take surprise knockouts. But I don't want to attach anything. I don't want to attach energy to anything since they're all susceptible to being knocked out. So I'm trying to avoid doing that. Ideally, I can get more Ludicolos down. That's what I really, or not Ludicolo, Lotads down, so I can continuously evolve up to things and hopefully get a Slugma as well, which I did get a Slugma, which is good. We do have a Brooklet too, which gets us another Lotad, or it can get us a Vulpix as well, which I think I like Vulpix more because I want to start using Beacon. I'm going to attach an energy there because it's safer than attaching a DCE because we have Aqua Patch. I'm going to go ahead and try to get Vulpix here, but I believe in this game, Vulpix is prized. If I had Vulpix would have been huge because I believe we have Rare Candy in hand. We could have got Macargo and Ludicolo. We could have got Lele. We could have got a couple of different options. We have Deoxys in hand as well, so we had so many cool options here. But unfortunately, with Vulpix being prized, that is a big yikes on our part because that means we don't get the combos as easily as we would like, and we just have to sack off a Lotad instead. She does have 3 energies and she's using Cynthia, which means that Deoxys is in my hand. It is ready to be used. Yeah, we did have Rare Candy, so we could have definitely got Macargo, Ludicolo, and pretty much got any cards that we wanted next turn because we had the Brooklet. We would have been okay sacking off Vulpix, and now we have to unnecessarily sack off a Lotad, which is pretty big because we only play 1 Stretch here, which is another card I want to play 2 of, especially in this deck because your Lotads get knocked out quickly. Plus, I like abusing my Deoxys because I am only playing a 1-of Deoxys, which is another card I want to play 2 of. But I don't think that Buzzwole is going to be as dominant as a force as it was in previous decks. So I'm a little bit less worried about that. Again, that's what I was trying to do. Rare Candy, I'm going to go ahead and judge here. If we can get Macargo off the judge, I'm going to Brooklet first, by the way. But if we can get Macargo off the judge, that could be really nice because then we can draw whatever we need to. I'm hoping that we get either... If we can get Macargo, DCE, if we can get Macargo Macargo DCE or Macargo Choice Band, that'd be really good because then we can just take a knockout. But we're at the mercy of what we draw off this judge because we didn't have much else. I believe we had Macargo. No, we have another Ludicolo, so we actually get to draw 2 extra cards. But it doesn't look like we have DCE or Choice Band here. Yeah, it doesn't. We don't, unfortunately. So we just gotta see what we can draw off this Ludicolo. We got Macargo, but Macargo is not going to get us both DCE and Choice Band. So we're just at the mercy of the deck right now. I think there's nothing else we can nest ball because we don't have any more Lotads in the deck, which is why it sucks that we don't have Vulpix because that Lotad could have been a death fodder right here. Yeah, that's the biggest issue I've been having with this in this matchup in particular because we did play a couple times beforehand. Do keep in mind that I am extremely tired right now because I did just come back from vacation. I traveled 41 hours back home because I had to both take a 13-hour bus ride because I couldn't, because for whatever reason, when I was with my family, they didn't, they planned on driving me up to the airport that I was taking, which was an 8-hour drive, 8 hours away from where we were staying in Morocco. But they changed their mind. So I tried to take a plane, but the problem was that if I took a plane, it was the time. If I took a plane, then I would have had like 0 time to get to the connecting flight. So we didn't take a plane. The last train left that got sold out, so I wasn't able to take a train to the bus. So I ended up taking one of those like buses that like go from city to city. So I was sitting in a bus that had no AC and full of people for 13 hours. And then I got to the airport with 5 hours left to spare before my 5 hours left to spare. By the way, my opponent's thinking about using the GX here, but it makes no sense because I'm definitely going to knock her out next turn. So she's just going to go ahead and Knuckle Impact to take a knockout on me. And yeah, so that's because I'm 100% knocking her out next turn. Ideally, I get like Choice Band DCE to knock it out with Coco and spread some damage, but that doesn't seem like a thing that's going to happen. But anyways, 13-hour bus ride into a 5-hour waiting period for my actual plane to leave, 4-hour flight to Germany, another 5-hour waiting period for me to leave from Germany to Houston, and the Houston plane ride itself was 11 hours. So I think that's like what, 11, 13, that's 25, 5, that's 35. I think it's, oh, maybe it's only 35, not 41. Did I miscount? I think I might have miscounted. Okay, 13 to 5, that's 18. Oh, I didn't count the, okay, 13 to 5, that's 18. Was it 5 hours? Maybe I'm miscounting the hours or something. 13-hour bus ride, 5-hour waiting period, 4-hour flight, 13, 18, 22. Okay, and then another 5 hours, that's 27. And then an 11-hour ride, that's 30. That's 38. Okay, so it's a 38 connecting. I don't know why I thought 41. I literally thought 41 this whole time. But no, it was a 38-hour connector. So anyways, I've been traveling for 38 hours, and then I got home, and I'm tired. I'm very tired. But I want to get this content out for you guys, as you guys could tell around the video. So I got together with Kate. Shoutouts, huge shoutouts to Kate. And now I'm here recording more content for you guys, playing some groggy Pokemon. I haven't played Pokemon in so long. I love playing Pokemon, man. It makes me angry sometimes, but you know what? Pokemon's the best game. We're gonna go ahead and take a knockout here. So it's getting close. It's a close match. I'm at 4, she's at 3, but she's taking 1 prize. But the B strings, the B strings are here, and B string is a problem. I think we've already played Stretcher. I don't actually remember. But if we did, then maybe it was in the previous game. But if we did, we can't get Deoxys back, which means we have to take knockouts with everything else, which is impossible because we don't hit enough damage, unfortunately. We are 10 short from knocking out a Buzzwole if she doesn't bench another Pokemon. She can always Guzma again, which is a possibility to get rid of all my Ludicolos. I don't think she'll do that. I think she'll just knock out the Buzzwole to risk me not getting a choice band. But she did Cynthia, so I'm just not paying attention apparently. All right, so let's see. So my opponent will definitely knock me out here with the GX attack because she knows that if I don't get it back, I can't take a knockout. I don't think I have a Stretcher anymore either. I believe I already used it previously, so we're in this awkward plays where I have to flying flip to make sure she's in range of Ludicolo for the future. We can go ahead and throw down these choice bands because we no longer have Deoxys to attach them to because we already used our Stretcher earlier in the game. I'm going to go ahead and Macargo to draw a rare candy so I can evolve into this Ludicolo in my hand. And also because, like I said, we're really tired, I am making misplays here and there. We're just fixing them because it's not a competitive game or anything. This is also some of the first times we're playing these decks, so I have to be very careful about how I play everything. I'm going to draw with 1, rare candy boy, big boy over here. And we already touched energy for the turn. We could Nest Ball, but there's no really a point. I kind of want to save the Nest Ball for in case I need to have an extra Pokemon at the right time. But maybe there is no point in saving it. I don't know what's left. I think what I'm gonna do here, I believe, is Brooklet to check what's left. I think there's a Slugma left in the deck, and I can just use the Nest Ball for Slugma. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm just trying to thin as much as I possibly can to make sure I get myself Aqua Patches, because I need an Aqua Patch this turn, right? Because if I don't get an Aqua Patch this turn, then I'm gonna be in this really awkward position for the following turn. We go ahead and Cynthia here, because what happens? Because if I get Aqua Patch, I can play it, and then I can make whatever I can attack with active, the Ludicolo with the Aqua Patch on it, active, and then attach a DCE to it next turn. We do only play 2 Aqua Patch in this deck, which is another thing I want to play more of. But unfortunately, we don't have it here. But we do have 2 more draws available to us and no Aqua Patch, which is there's too much that went wrong in this game. Between Vulpix being prized and just not getting the right combo pieces together, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to win this game here. But hey, who knows? She could always play down a Pokemon and switch into it, and then we can Guzma, right? If that were the case, then that could put us way ahead. But because right now, like if she were to play Baby Buzz, put that down, and then Sledgehammer this turn, then I would be able to Guzma and take a knockout on Buzzwole. And then she has no more B strings, no more Buzzwoles with 3 energies on it. But that would of course be a misplay, and we don't misplay out here. We try to make sure that we tell each other where to misplay, where the plays are wrong and where the plays are right. She's gonna go ahead and B string onto Baby Buzz, because that Baby Buzz can hit for 100 damage without flips, thanks to Diancie. And 100 damage without flips knocks out Macargo, so that's pretty good. She's playing down a bunch of cards to make sure that Judge is less efficient. Judge isn't as strong in case she needs to get Guzma the following turn. Excuse me. Also, my voice is like gone too, and I'm starving. I need to get some food after this. Go ahead and play, I believe. Oh, so, well, I don't know what she just played, but regardless, she's taking a knockout here. 1 prize left to my 4. I do have a chance to win because all I have to do is figure out how I'm gonna. If I can, like, what I could do is get Aqua Patch, DCE, Guzma. But if I Guzma, I lose. Now, she did Knuckle Impact, which means she can't attack me next turn, but she can very easily retreat in Sledgehammer, which is why I was saying it's an issue. That Sledgehammer is a huge problem because Sledgehammer actually knocks out everything, including my Ludicolo. Now, I believe I'm going to talk about one of my misplays here. Okay, so what's going to happen here is it's going to be very weird. Now, I told myself I have to put my Lele active this turn because what she could do is retreat in Sledgehammer, right? That's the only way she can win is to retreat in Sledgehammer, but everything will die except Lele. So what I'm going to try to do here is, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, attach a DC to the active so you can retreat in Lele, but it's not what I do in person because, like I said, I'm very tired. I'm going to try setting up this Ludicolo because in my head, I'm also thinking I should Guzma this turn, even though Guzma would 100% lose me the game. So what you're going to see me Aqua Patch and attach a DCE to this thing and then not Guzma, even though I'm thinking I should Guzma, but I know I shouldn't. it's overall, this turn right here is a huge mess. So please go easy on me. But I have Judge in my hand, and I'm just like getting Guzma, just getting some cards down. I'm putting another Pokemon down so Ludicolo can hit those numbers I needed to hit. But because in my head I'm just like, hey, if I knock out Lele, that means I can win the following turn, even though I know that I'll lose if I do that. So there's where the attachment's wrong. What I need to do here was attach the DC to the active and switch into Lele so that she has no way to take an Oko next turn unless she gets some switch Guzma shenanigans. And I think I'm thinking about that right now. I'm not, like I said, guys, extremely tired. So please forgive me. Yeah. There it is. Okay. Well, we are going to allow ourselves to just like amend these misplays that don't happen, so we can show you guys the best plays possible in this match. I am going to go ahead and judge my opponent because my opponent has a lot of cards, and I don't want her to have Guzma. I don't want her to have Switch. Those are the last things I wanted to have. So I'm going to go ahead and put the DCE back on the active and switch into the Lele here, like my original mindset was. I'm just talking to her. Excuse me. I'm talking to her about how I made those. But anyways, I'm dragging on. Regardless, let me know what you guys think of these decks. I do really appreciate it. I think Ludicolo is actually really cool, really strong. It's just short. It's just like I just have to fix the deck. I have to make the deck better. I just have to figure out how I'm gonna make the deck better. My opponent did, of course, get Lele off the Guzma. So in the end, it didn't really matter. That's going to be the first 2 games. We will have the 3rd game after the 2 deck profiles going over both of these decks. So definitely don't forget to drop a like on the video if you haven't already, subscribe, share, all that good jazz. Thank you for all the support. Definitely go pick up a shirt. The shirts are there to help me pay for a new computer because I need a new computer so I can give you guys more content, as well as a new microphone, help me move out, help me pay for school, all that good jazz. So if you guys want to support me, definitely check out the shirts. Links are all in the description and below. Links are in the description down below. As always, English is hard, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.